program tonight. Who do we have joining us this evening? Jennifer is in first. Boom. Florida's in the house. Naples. Jennifer and Jennifer. It's all Florida. Oh, there's Angela. She's not Florida. Welcome, Angela. Hey, Sierra. Heidi, how are ya? Catherine. Karen. Cheers. Welcome to the program, everybody. Kitty's with us. Hello, hello. On this Friday evening. You are in Florida, Angela, so that's like 3 Florida peoples that went boom, 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 Florida today. You made it, Catherine, at 8. Diane is with us in Georgia. Yeah, I knew you were Florida, Jennifer, and the other Jennifer's in Florida, and Angela's in Florida too. So this is sort of like, you can be like, what do you call it? Daryl, this is my other brother, Daryl. So Angela can be, this is Jennifer and my other sister, Jennifer. Okay, I'm dating myself with that joke, but somebody here gets that. Okay, Nana got it. Just saying. Nana, I heard a chuckle from the peanut gallery. Nana got it, but that was it. Nobody else got my Angela, Jennifer, and Jennifer joke. Okay, Jennifer got it. Okay. It's got to be on rerun somewhere. Yes, Edwin got it. Thank you. Kitty, no, it's actually Newhart. Newhart, although I'm sure they did a few skits of it on Saturday Night Live, too. But it was the brothers on Newhart. Right. Hey, Karen. Good to have you with us tonight. On this Friday night, people. Did you? Was it the Quiet Country Inn? Like you and Brad could be running the Quiet Country Inn, Jennifer? Is that what you liked about that show? Hey, Rick, thanks for joining us tonight. Good to have you all with us tonight. Jeff Johnson. I'm guessing Dana's not far behind you, Jeff. Welcome to the program. So what are we all grateful for this Friday night? It was just good old funny, and I like good old funny that I don't have to think about. That's why, you know, we're into, right now we're streaming The Goldbergs. I think I've mentioned it before, because that show, I mean, it is incredible how that was my family. I mean, you know, yes, in this one the dad runs a furniture store, my father was the pharmacist, but I mean, it is incredible. That is so my mother in The Goldbergs. Hey, Adele, good to have you with us. Hey, Bailey. Angie. Bailey's grateful for a warm, sunny day. Jennifer's 5. I missed that. Julie Jankowitz is with us tonight. Hey, Julie. How are you tonight? Five days and not a bad week so far. I like that, Jennifer. That makes me very happy for you. That makes me very happy, and it's very good for what we're all headed towards. You know, I think the best days of this economy are ahead of us. Whoa! Furniture on Facebook Marketplace and sold $1,000 worth. That's awesome, Catherine. Woot woot! Your daughter sent you flowers for Mother's Day, Kitty. That's awesome. That's very thoughtful. That's very thoughtful. Dana's with us. How are you tonight, Dana? What are we grateful for tonight? Ellen! At the beach. Chic at the beach. Who can now do curbside at the beach? Curbside at the beach is pretty good. Pat's opening on Monday. Yeah, it's supposed to get cold tonight here too, Adele, and snow. Everybody's been texting me, you're going to have snow tonight. It means I better turn on heat in the side of the house that I turned it off in. Sarah's home for Mother's Day. Hi, Sarah. Welcome home. Reno's opening up. All right. Angie, I'm glad you did a video for your community today. Your community needs that. They need that connection. Your community needs it. I mean, Ellen just did a quick video at the beach. You know, your community needs it. You bring comfort to so many. We are their safe place. Doing a video to connect. Cassandra did a video from our warehouse today, you know, with all the wrecks that are going to be going to the store. No, we can't open yet. No, we can't do curbside. But, you know, it just is staying connected. It's just giving that level of connection to people so that they can do it. I mean, that we get them through, giving them comfort. That is what it's all about. It is staying connected and giving them comfort. Hey, Cheryl and Sarah and Russell Levy. Hello, Russ and Azure. And I'm guessing Lily's not far behind. And that dog is probably irritating you too, Russ. But hey. Oh, poor Kate. With Michigan still closed until the 28th, I'm honestly expecting Massachusetts to not really get going until the first of the month, Kate. But I am excited that we're at least allowed in Massachusetts to have employees in our building. We've had a couple this week, and next week we have more coming back part-time. I think we've had, and they've been super excited, you know, many of them have been to come back. You know, that is a good thing. So, hey, Russ, I appreciate that you sticking your head in for a little bit. I do. I know how important it is to attempt to get Lily to bed on time. You know, but we're staying on top of it, you know, with everybody and getting everybody back to, you know, the important thing is safety, you know, it is ultimately we want to keep everybody safe. So, I mean, none of us are excited about this. This isn't the thing, but, you know, as I'm looking in front of me, one of the quotes that is behind my phone says, right now, says, it's never too early or too late to work towards the healthiest you. The healthiest you. Hey, Vina's with us tonight. How about that? Catching us live tonight, Vina. Hey, Vina, how are you? Hope all is well with you. Barb Gallo's with us. So we're going to start off here. We're going to get things going tonight on this Friday night with our Good Morning, Good Night book. Hey, Diane, I'm grateful to have you with us here tonight. Our Good Morning, Good Night book. Let's see what we open up to tonight. I think I've read that one. Good morning. Relax your shoulders. Hopefully this looks like I'm relaxing. God, didn't realize they were all tensed up, did you? Me neither. Okay, let's go. Okay, what else do I got going on here today? Lots and lots of stuff going on. Well, it's not too crazy a day today. Not too crazy. Mostly because, I will admit that I didn't get back to as many of you as I want. Tomorrow's going to be a super call day for me catching up on calls. Cassandra put me to work today, okay? So I did not get as much done on the call front as I had hoped, but I will make up for it tomorrow. If you haven't read the Maine Arts newsletter, there's no time like tomorrow. Maine Arts newsletter, it is in your inbox. It is on the Narts members only website. It should be in your email. If it's not there, email Adele. She will make sure you get it. You like this? I picked it out myself today. I dressed myself. I did dress myself today, Michelle. Which the other day I guess I didn't match. My mother, Nana picked on me that I did not match properly the other day. But I did pick this out myself today. I'll do a little twirl for you. I twirled. Thank you, Michelle. Let's see. Words of inspiration. Keep on going, and the chances are that you will stumble on something, perhaps when you are least expecting it. I never heard of anyone stumbling on something sitting down. Boom! Okay, let's go down our list here. Tonight's rundown. Kohl's. Kohl's. Some of you have Kohl's. Ellen's niece works for Kohl's. Kohl's, about 25% of their stores will be open by next week. Woot woot! Hang on one second. I swore I was going to sneeze, but I didn't sneeze. Hey, Leanne in Atlanta. Chris is with us, too. So, yes, Kohl's is opening up about 25% of their stores by next week. And working on a phased approach. The department store company opened stores in 4 states so far: Arkansas, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Utah earlier this week. It's going to open an additional 10 stores on Monday, and the new states will include Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Georgia, Idaho, Mississippi, Montana, and Texas, as well as Florida and Tennessee, where a majority of Kohl's stores will open. The retailer has made significant changes to its store environment and operations to help ensure the health and safety of its customers and employees. These include reduced store hours, numerous cleaning and sanitation measures, and social distancing measures that include the removal of in-aisle fixtures and limited entry to prevent overcrowding. Oh, that's awesome, Ellen. I'm so glad that she still has her job. She's such a sweetheart, and I am thrilled that she still has her job, and that just shows what a hard worker and everything she is. And even break rooms, training rooms, and offices have been rearranged to ensure proper social distancing. And several employee sanitation stations have been set up to provide easy access to hand sanitizer and cleaning supplies. And all employees will undergo health and safety training on new policies and procedures before returning to work. But I forget her name, Ellen. That's what's bugging me right now, and I'm terrible with names anyways. I want to say it starts with a T, but I could be completely off on that. Maybe that's just her last name. Maybe she's a Trost. I don't know, but it's bugging me that I couldn't come up with her name. And she was our chic girl at the beach last summer. Hey, Chris. Thanks for joining us. While I'm staying on stores, so Kohl's, Tori. So I had a T right. I had the T. All right. I see. I usually get the first letter. That's about it. You know, Tori Trost. I even had the last name. Oh my God. I got lucky. I'm just going to call it a night, folks. That's the end of the show. Here's our good night book. I was right on something. Oh, you guys probably want to hear what else I have to talk about. Kohl's and Gap will be closing all fitting rooms and restrooms when it opens their stores later this month. Urban Outfitters and Target as will Urban Outfitters and Target. Nordstrom will close most fitting rooms, but will leave a few open, as will Saks and others. So there's no real standard in this. And, you have to do what's right in your area. I like the model of partial fitting rooms so that you can sanitize half and rotate them through, because I think that makes people comfortable being able to try things on, and it does increase sales. But it'll depend on what people are doing. Everybody is saying that there's huge variance in how people are treating fitting rooms, because there's no guidelines on it, and how they should deal with handling of product by so many people. But again, the biggest guidelines I've gotten on that are don't lick the clothes. It is the single biggest guideline on clothing, is do not lick it. Yes, Michelle, it is a big pile of mess. Yes, it is. And we won't be closing restrooms. Keep in mind, in some areas, you could run afoul of existing laws by closing restrooms, not taking cash, are just some of the things that some states have laws on the books on that are required. Like in Massachusetts, we are required to take cash by law. Wow. So Saks Corporate, where Ellen Didion's stepdaughter works, won't have their corporate offices return to the New York City until September. Everybody will just keep on working remotely. That's huge. That's huge. I like the Macy's ad that they're doing right now. I saw the other night. They're using old Thanksgiving Day parade ones to say, we've given thanks. We've always been big on giving thanks. It then turned into a thanking their customers, thanking first responders, etc. But I thought that was a good use of it. Hey, Suzanne, thanks for having... Michelle likes cash. I love it. But some stores are saying that they won't take cash, but it's against the law in many areas now. And that has to do with the poor and unbanked, okay? And so that you're not equally making your store available to all customers. So that's why there's laws on the books on that. Massachusetts has actually had a law since the 70s. I believe Pennsylvania, New Jersey, there's a bunch of them that have gone on the books in the last few years. And some of that, believe it or not, was the big guys. Some of the ones in recent years has been the big guys against Amazon. And what I mean by the big guys, so David and Goliath, or Goliath versus Goliath, your Walmarts and such, your Walmarts, your Home Depots, etc., pushed for the cash laws to get on the books in states where it hasn't been, to fight the Amazon cashless stores that Amazon was trying to put in. So, it's a really interesting balance, but there's no perfect method. Again, you're the governor of your store. You have to decide what's best for your community, your community, your customers, your team, what works best for you and them. So you have to all be on the same page with that and decide what's good for that in that environment when you make these decisions, because there's no clear-cut guidance on that. But don't lick the clothes. There's been a huge uptick in You are Governor, Suzanne. Absolutely. A huge uptick in attacks on WordPress websites. And it's mainly through and don't lick the cash either, Edwin. That's a good point. Don't lick the cash. I like cash. It saves on credit card fees. Nancy posted earlier about her credit card fees for just being closed. And yeah, it's not fun, but cash. And I have to say, in the declining days, as the virus was hitting, we still saw more cash than anything else. Our percentage of cash increased, so which surprised me. But again, let's just be smart about it all. Wash your hands. Don't lick the cash. Don't lick the clothes. So a lot of WordPress sites, and I'm not going to try to get overly technical, but I'm going to refer you to your technical people. Should you have a WordPress website, which is a common way of setting up an easy website, usually doesn't have a shopping cart involved and such, but it's an easy to maintain website that you set up yourself a lot of times. You can have, Suzanne, when did you start drinking today, Suzanne? I love you. I love you. Well, if you did it for an hour, then you should don't drink the, I'm not even going to say it. Don't drink the sanitizer, Suzanne. Do not drink the hand sanitizer. It is for external use only. Okay. WordPress websites. If your website is a WordPress website, okay, then you want to talk to your technical people and just have it checked to make sure that all your plugins are up to date, because WordPress sites have been getting hacked at an unbelievable level. Over 1 million WordPress sites were hacked in the last month. So just be aware of that if you have a WordPress website. And the same reason we have talked about using the employee self-care self-screening checklist, okay? And not screening the employees yourself and having them self-check and not collecting these forms. These are not forms you want to collect, as introduced in a bill introduced yesterday, introduced a revised version of the COVID-19 Privacy Act would restrict businesses from collecting, processing, or transferring proximity and health status from individuals. Okay, so again, you don't want to have this information. If you have these symptoms, you just don't want them to come to work. Okay, but you don't want to be tracking, okay, people's health data. It just opens a Pandora's box that you don't want to be responsible for. So you're asking customers not to come in if they're exhibiting symptoms, and you're asking employees not to come to work. But that's what you need to do to keep again, this is all about basic safety and health. As we come out of this, and in general, as we come out of this, in the near term, the people that are coming out are the people that feel safe right now. I'm confused by the question, Suki. What are the things sales associate can do? Work from home last of year? If she is claiming COVID, COVID is the only legitimate excuse, Suki, for not coming back off unemployment. Okay? Otherwise, they do need to come back in. And that is a legitimate thing to get a medical note for. But other than that, their fear of the virus is not something that allows them to not come back. Again, because resale is hot, okay, JCPenney has partnered with the nonprofit Give Back Box, a free program which benefits your area by collecting gently used items, including clothing, shoes, toys, and jewelry. And it's something you can do from home by putting the items in the box from your latest JCPenney purchase. And shipping is simple and free. Your items will be sold to support community programs focused on job training and education. The box is guaranteed to be recycled, ensuring your donation benefits your neighbors and the planet. was an interesting add-on if people read all the way through their JCPenney email today. So that was kind of interesting. Brookfield, which is a major, they're not Simon, they're not as big as Simon Properties, okay, which we've talked in the past about them on the program, and they're, they're the largest mall and plaza retailer in the country. But Brookfield is a major player out there, and they are contributing. They are putting aside. This company, I haven't gotten the details, Julie, on Give Back Box. Is a non-profit. It's called Give Back Box. That's who they're called. That is the name of the not-for-profit, but I'm not sure where they're actually selling it. I did not click through to the details on that, to that level. But that is a good question to ask forward. And I will put it on my notes. Where is JCP? I will find out, Julie. I'm on it. So Brookfield Asset Management, which has is betting on retailers making it through the COVID-19 pandemic. So they're working on, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, they're only taking care of the big guys, but the big guys are a big part of their portfolio. And I'm not saying they're not doing anything for their little people, but they're putting aside $5 billion. So Brookfield is putting aside $5 billion to help assist troubled retailers in recapitalizing themselves in markets where the company's malls are located. Called the Retail Revitalization Program, it will concentrate on retailers with $250 million or more in normalized revenue that have been operating for at least 2 years. Again, it doesn't want to see, just like we are here, we don't want to see anybody go out of business because of this. And that is a different market, but it is good to see that there are people helping. People, this is a big deal, and we're all in it together in some form or fashion. And right along those lines, I know many people can't get their day started without their Dunkin'. I know I'm a Starbucks snob or a boutique coffee house snob, okay? But Dunkin' waives the rent payment for 900 franchisees. Although I will admit, we got rid of our at-home single cup brewing system. So we recently got rid of our single cup brewing system because I was sitting at home one day, and this is pre-pandemic, and I said, we spend over $100 a month on coffee just for us at home. And that just seemed like we could do something better with $100. I bet on Cassandra stimulating the economy somewhere else, that $100. Although I don't think I've given her that $100. But that's irrelevant. Not part of the story. Okay. Yes, in this instance, they're out there helping their tenants, Vina, as I understand the article. People that are their tenants, even if they aren't solely their tenants. It's part of restabilizing people that are their tenants. So they may be in one Brookfield Plaza and 10 Simons, but it is something they are doing. No, I didn't stop drinking coffee at home. We got a real coffee pot. Because we can do $10 worth of Costco coffee, Ellen, and a month versus $100, $10 worth of a big can of Costco coffee and making a pot for ourselves. Really, we got the single serve machines at the stores because the problem with having a pot of coffee at the store, and we go through a lot of coffee with my team, is making it and cleaning it. And so there, the cost of having the single serve, and the other cost is that everybody was doing a Dunkin' run. So, it would be like every shift, somebody would be like, oh, you want Dunkin'? And I'll go run and do Dunkin'. So, you were losing staff hours and productivity by doing that, because then somebody would go around and get everybody's order. Then they would go get it. So you'd lose the person go get it. You'd lose the time where everybody's talking about what they want. Then when it came back, everybody would have to, oh, is this one yours? That one yours? So you spend all this labor doing that. So it is cheaper doing the other for that. So, we do keep that in the stores, but it really, and I enjoy having the pot at home. I occasionally, if I'm in the home office all day, miss that it's just a quick to make a cup, in the afternoon or something, but I can live without that. Yes, Costco Colombian is the best. That's what we got. Yeah, it's made by Starbucks, actually. So, that is true. So Dunkin' is waiving the rent payments for 900 franchisees. So just to show you how widespread this is, okay, and the economic fallout from this, okay, Dunkin' Donuts is waiving rent payments for 900 franchisees, and beyond waiving rent payments, they're also extending payment terms for royalties and advertising fees owed by franchisees from 45 days from the normal 12 days to give the franchisees greater financial flexibility. So everybody is hurting, okay? The pain is felt all over the place. In other news today, we're not gonna PPP today. We're gonna talk EIDL. Although I know I have several of you to call, many of you to call tomorrow. Not just several, many of you that I will be calling tomorrow. So again, if you get a call from a 508, if you get a FaceTime from a 508, it's me when I call you tomorrow. But tonight we're going to talk EIDL loans, because a lot of you are getting the EIDL loans right now. They have been working very hard at getting the EIDL loans out there. The processing has gone up a few days. It had been running 25 to 40 days or so. It's pushing 45. And that's because they've added in and have been prioritizing farms. And the reason they've been prioritizing farms most recently is because, yes, I'm getting to the EIDL calculation, Stephanie. Hang on one second. The priority has changed some because they have just most recently opened the applications to farms, and they've never opened it to farms before, and they're trying to push through some of the farm applications because of no farmer had gotten it. So there's been it's adding a couple of days to every other application. And yes, most importantly for some, it is the EIDL maximum loan amount has changed. The calculation hasn't changed, okay? So the EIDL is based on gross profit, which is sales minus cost of goods sold, okay, is how you calculate gross profit divided by 2, okay? But with a maximum loan amount right now of $150,000. And this just changed in the last 36, 48 hours. Okay. And that's regardless of company size. They're not looking at anything. So if your gross profit is $300,000 and you would qualify for $150,000, you're getting $150,000. If your gross profit for the year is $400,000 and you would qualify for $200,000, you're getting $150,000 right now. That doesn't mean that there won't be money later on, but they are no longer, the max they had been issuing, they had lowered it and were giving $500,000 as a max, so that would be $1 million gross profit or more. And they have cut that down to $150,000. And I've been working with companies of all shapes and sizes, but that is where they max. So if your gross profit for the year is $100,000 and you would get $50,000, you're going to still get $50,000. They're not adjusting that downward. They've just hit a ceiling. So the ceiling and the max that they get is $150,000. But keep in mind, the good thing with that is, one, this is still a lot of money. Two, at $150,000, there is no personal guarantee. So that is a part that is really, really important. I don't have any information on when they will adjust. I'm hoping for some guidance on that. Really, you got to look at the political climate for bills in Washington. Okay, as this drags on, I think we have sort of time for 2, maybe 3 more bills to come out of Washington before they get into election season. And I know that we're not supposed to play politics, and we don't want them to play politics with this, but they will play politics with this the closer it gets to the election. Yes, all the terms of it have stayed the same, Michelle. So it is still a 30-year fixed rate at 3.75. If you're not-for-profit, it's a 30-year fixed rate at 2.75 on the EIDL. But they are getting out. I mean, I have had more people cleared off my sheet this week that have gotten their EIDL. It's been very good. So I'm expecting next week to continue to be good. It's just slowed up a couple of days for people because of the farmers. They've been trying to get in some farmers so that they can report back to Congress and say, hey, look, we got a farmer. He's right here. Here's the farmer we gave a loan to. Oh, look, there's another one over here. That's 2 farmers. What more do you want from us? And I don't mean to minimize farmers. Farmers have gotten the shaft for a long, long time in this country from the government. So I'm happy to see them get help. Everybody's feeling the pain right now. But I did want to share that is a max amount. So if you were hoping for a lot more money, that is what they are maxing out. And that's really yesterday morning that started. So, 36 hours. So the loans that started coming through yesterday morning, the approvals that started flying in all came in that way and maxed at 150. And I have made calls to Washington. I've been on the phone a lot for people on that. But that is not going to, that side of it is not going to change. Not in the near term, but I expect, again, there's going to be some more funding. I think there's going to be a Get Back to Work program. I think we're going to have a bill come out just before Memorial Day, all what's going to be in it. I talked some about that last night, but we'll see. We'll know more next week what's going to be in it, as the House and the Senate are both in session. We'll see what happens. Well, you just got to start farming, Jenny. And then I think when they come back in June, there'll be another bill by July 4th. Okay. And then, lastly, then you will be, then whether there's another bill after July 4th, maybe before Labor Day, but it'll really depend on what's going on with the politics of things and the conditions on the ground. But I think there'll be 2 more bills between now and July 4th, based on what I'm getting from our friends in Washington. But we will keep a close eye on it, and we will see what's happening. Because that's what we do. We stay on top of it for y'all. And I report on it all here every night, live at 8 o'clock Eastern. Live every night at 8 o'clock Eastern. I am here to bring you the latest and greatest information. And then I take your questions here live in the NARTS Facebook group every night, live at 8 o'clock Eastern. This then replays. It goes over to narts.org, resale strong at noon the next day. It is over there on the YouTube channel, Not Alone Running This Store. You're not alone running this store is the YouTube channel, but that is right connected to all the files we reference at narts.org/resale strong. And I truly appreciate that Miss Adele keeps that page so incredibly well organized with all the resources that I pulled together here for you. You can email me your questions and your direct issues so that I can work with you one-on-one on whatever that issue, whatever that math problem, whatever it is. You email Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com, N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com, and I will call you back. Please make sure to include your phone number with your question, because it usually does require a call back, and you will get a call or a FaceTime, because I love seeing your smiling face from me at a 508 number. Every night at the top of the program, we start with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That is how we start the program. That is how we end the program every night. Good morning today was, if you were not here at the beginning of the program, good morning. Relax your shoulders. I don't know if I'm really relaxing my shoulders. God, you didn't realize they were all tensed up, did you? Me neither. Okay, let's go. Our good night tonight is relax those shoulders. The day makes them seize up on all of us. Oof! Get some rest! Okay, sleep easy. I'll be back here tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow will be mega call day. I have got a stack of calls someplace. It's a stack, but I will be returning calls tomorrow. And you can get in on that list by just emailing Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com. Don't hesitate. Don't think your question is too insignificant. Don't think I will ignore you. I call everybody back. Not as quickly as I would like, but I call everybody back. You are not alone running this store. So you, and most especially you are not alone running this store. Hey, everybody, it's dinner time. I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow night, everybody, 8 o'clock Eastern.